Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Good morning and happy Friday. Let's talk about everybody's favorite topic right now, more racism. No, there was no siren before this because, again, my belief, everybody has biases. So to think one group is more racist than the other is lazy thinking and probably pulling back the curtain on your hatred of that group. If you think one group is more hateful than the other, ethnically wise, you're probably pulling back the curtain. The real question is, what is their mindset that makes them so lazy and spiteful to generalize about a group? But one of the words that has been used a lot lately on TV that I'd like to see used a lot less is white privilege. I am not a subscriber to the white privilege myth or the white privileged bias. I don't care for white privilege any more than if I was black and I cared for the N-word. We all, out of consideration, or at least should, realize that the N-word is offensive to black people, especially if coming from somebody who is a non-black. Maybe they can use it in their own culture and that's their prerogative. But for a European or a person of non-African descent to use it, I think they're out of bounds. And I've talked to friends who go, well, it's a mindset we're talking about, not a color. But we know that there's a lot of freight behind that word. And so you are rationalizing your use of it or your okayness with it otherwise. You know, when I was a child, I heard the word quite a bit because we didn't care. We just thought, tough rocks. People will get over it. And maybe that's what we need to go back to with all the nationalities. Make fun of Irish for being a bunch of drunks. Make fun of French for being cowards. Make fun of Italians for being obese. Make fun of Mexicans for being lazy. And maybe if we all went back to all those stereotypes, we'd all get along better because everybody now is perpetually offended. And I'm not saying go back to those stereotypes, but they all existed in my childhood, and I'm in my early 50s. But out of consideration, politeness, civility, we try to set all those aside. I can go with it, and I'm happy about it, because I like a politer society. But now white privilege has come about. Do you realize how much white people didn't get along last century? 2 world wars were started by white people against each other. That's how much white people didn't get along. So there is no great Whitelandia out there that we all came from. The European cultures were very isolated till 2 centuries ago. And you didn't marry outside your group. It'd be abhorrent for somebody French to marry outside of her French society or Irish or whatever. Because everybody 2 centuries ago thought, not like us. Come on now, why are you selling your heritage short? You're not marrying a good Irish girl. Or why are you not marrying a good German girl? You gotta marry the Irish. You know what those people are like? So let's get rid of white privilege. Everybody has different opportunities and access to succeed in the United States. Some are born with greater hindrances. Some are born with greater advantages. That is how unfair life is. Probably the biggest determinant in your life are your parents. Do you have great parents or do you have loser parents? You can't rectify that. People with loser parents can try to grow better than their parents, and people with great parents can become total losers and totally trash the foundation they were given. So do Father Tom a favor and stop using white privilege. Talking about, I was born, me individually, I was born with a lot of advantages. And that's I'm sorry if you were born with less than me. But if you made better with what was dealt you in life, good for you. The sense of accomplishment and pride ought to be immense if you improved your life. That is a great thing. Envy, and we live in a culture of envy, is ugly, and we see so much of it now, and a lot of racism is this distorted pride, anger, and envy. Those are the three demonic sins. Those are the ones the angels, fallen angels, possess. We need less anger, pride, envy. God bless everybody. And if you haven't looked up the word on the back, you should. It was Father Tom's nickname as a child. But Piggy, God love Mom, couldn't keep things straight.